until he accidentally tore open my shirt and saw the dragon tattoo on my chest. Only then did the security guard realize he had messed up. The girl never expected that I, just out of prison, would have ties to a mafia boss just a few days ago. I had just been released from prison. Dozens of luxury cars were waiting for me at the gate. My old brothers told me. The gang I founded had become the biggest group in the area. They were all waiting for me to come back and lead again, but I told them I wouldn't return to that world. They were shocked to hear this. All these years they had been dreaming of my return, but prison had worn away all my sharp edges. So I told him to run the group well and never let it become a breeding ground for crime. Then I patted him on the shoulder and walked home, standing in front of the familiar door. I remembered when I first went to prison, my wife was pregnant and said she'd wait for me, but when I came back, my daughter refused to recognize me as her father, because in these 18 years, I had never fulfilled my duty as a father to mend our relationship. I decided to pick her up from school every day, but I overheard her complaining that the school food was dirty and always gave her diarrhea for her health. I set up a small fried noodle stall near the school the next day. Unexpectedly, business was booming, but when my daughter saw me at the stall, she felt completely humiliated in front of her classmates and yelled that I was a useless loser. She said I was nothing compared to her gangster idol. But what she didn't know was, I was actually that mafia boss. Just then, the school cafeteria manager showed up. He immediately accused me of illegal vending and said I was hurting the cafeteria's profits. Turns out he was the principal's brother-in-law. He had taken over the cafeteria and jacked up the prices. A single bun cost $20. Students were all complaining, but I didn't want to get involved, so I said I'd pack up and never come back. But the manager wasn't done yet. He gave an order, and the security guards smashed all my things. My daughter thought I would finally act like a man, but instead I smiled and said, they smashed the stall so the matter was over. But the manager wasn't satisfied. He pointed at the mess and said it looked bad at the school gate. To keep my daughter from being targeted, I swallowed my pride and started cleaning, but unexpectedly. The manager kicked me hard, saying I was too slow. My daughter was furious at the sight. She asked if I came here just to embarrass her, and said if I were a real man I'd fight back, but I refused. Then I turned to the manager and asked, can we go now? But seeing how weak I seemed, he still wouldn't let me off, not knowing he was about to pay a terrible price. He ordered the guards to break my legs, so I'd never come back. But just as the guard moved in, he saw the tattoo on my body. The manager panicked instantly, because over 10 years ago, the gang had issued a strict rule. No one could copy the boss's tattoo. Still, the manager didn't believe it was real. He told them to hold me down and wipe it off. But no matter how hard they rubbed, he finally realized it was real. He quickly took a photo and sent it to the boss, saying I dared to impersonate the mafia leader. This move enraged me. I had kept a low profile to avoid attention from my old crew, but now he had publicly exposed me. So I decided to teach them a lesson. I rushed barehanded at the guards with batons, dodged a swing, and countered with a takedown, even when someone struck me with a baton. I took it with my back using years of street fighting instinct, then snatched the weapon when they tired, and knocked him out with a single punch. At that moment, the roar of engines filled the street. The gang's convoy arrived. My brothers had finally come. The clueless manager thought they were here to punish me. He rushed up proudly, pointed at me, and said I was pretending to be the boss.